Hi, I'm Darren from Property Prosperity, and today I'd like to talk about the 7 deadly sins of selling your home and how by avoiding them you can ensure you sell your home quickly and easily for the maximum possible price. The first deadly sin that people often make when deciding to sell their home is failing to choose a competent agent. The reason most people find it very difficult to choose an agent is because they don't really understand what the role of the agent is to do. The agent's role is to act as the marketing consultant and expert negotiator for your property. The role of marketing is to ensure the maximum possible people come and look at your home. Once these people come, the agent is then responsible to elicit offers and negotiate to ensure you get the highest possible price for your home. When considering an agent, you should ask them 2 questions. How are they going to ensure they get the maximum potential buyers to come and look at your home? And once they get them there, how are they going to make sure they pay us the highest possible price? If your agent can't competently answer that question, maybe you should look at choosing another agent. The second deadly sin that many people make is how they choose to sell their home. The 2 most common methods are sale by negotiation and auction. Sale by negotiation means putting a set price or a price range on the property, and then potential buyers then put in offers with an understanding that the price range is around where the vendor is willing to accept. However, many agents endorse the auction method. This is because it can result in a quick sale and with no conditions attached. The difficulty with the auction method is that 90% of buyers are excluded from the auction process, because many people don't attend the auction because they're intimidated by the process, or they may be subject to finance or subject to the sale of their property. Although it can seem desirable to have a cash unconditional contract, in reality, conditions to a contract are just another bargaining tool in the process of selling your home. If someone's going to be subject to certain conditions, that may be acceptable, assuming the price reflects those conditions. By excluding people that are subject to certain conditions, potentially the seller may be excluding a higher price they may receive from the property. And if that owner is willing to accept some of those conditions, they may get a lot more than they otherwise would. By excluding purchasers who are subject to sales conditions, you may be missing out on a higher sales price on your property. The third deadly sin that many people make is failing to market their property effectively. In this information age, many people use the internet to decide whether they come and have a look at your property. It is essential when we market your property on the internet that we appeal to the most amount of people to get them to get in their car and come and have a look at your property. The use of high quality magazine style photos will create that wow factor. So it's essential that you find the most highly qualified professional real estate photographer you can find. The use of video would also allow the agent to walk the potential purchaser through the property, pointing out key features. Where an agent has a video with moving pictures, with music in the background, this is not a real estate video, and this will not have any additional benefits to marketing your home. It is important that text in your marketing has as much information as possible. Some real estate agents believe that by leaving information out, such as the price of the property or the address of the property, that will cause people to give them a call, and then they have the opportunity to try and sell the property. But in reality, most people just ignore that property and move on to the next one. So by not including the address or extra information, you may actually be losing out on potential purchasers. The fourth deadly sin people make when selling their home is failing to expose their property to the most amount of people. Until someone comes to look at your property, they won't know whether that property appeals to them or not. By getting more people to come and look at your property, you've got more chance of someone that's going to find that property is the perfect property just for them. The added benefit of getting lots of people at your open inspection is it creates a sense of urgency, and it means the potential purchaser knows they have to really try hard if they want to get your property. In reality, most interest is going to come from the first few weeks when the property is on the market. And you're also going to get the most amount of offers, and probably the highest offers when it first comes onto the market. There are various methods of marketing, such as advertising on the internet, like realestate.com or domain.com, or print advertising, the advertiser or the local messenger. There's also signage to allow local people as they're driving past to have a look at the property, or you can do flyer drops for the local community so they have an idea that the property is on the market. When choosing an agent, you need to ask them, what are they going to do to make sure that we get the most amount of people to come and have a look at your home? The fifth deadly sin for people selling their home is failing to understand the importance of the open inspection. The open inspection for your home is like speed dating, with the potential purchaser spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's important when they come to your open inspection, we not only show them the property, but we also create an event so they'll definitely remember your property. The ultimate open inspection is like the circuses come to town. We'll have balloons and flags and show bags and water and coffee machines, and just create that excitement that people then remember that property. So for the rest of the day, when they compare your property to all the other properties, they know yours stand out. It is essential during your open inspection to always have 2 agents present. This allows the first agent to greet your guests, take any details that may be required, and also give them any information they might ask before they come and have a look at the property. The second agent will then take the potential purchaser through the property on a tour, pointing out any key features, making sure that they fully understand the true value of your property. The other benefit of having an agent take someone through the property, if there's any negative feedback or any issues that need to be addressed, they can address them straight away and point out solutions or resolutions of how they can deal with any of those issues that they're concerned about. The sixth deadly sin when selling your home is having poor communication between the agent and the owner. The sale of your home should be considered a team effort, and you both should be working together for the ultimate goal of selling your home at the highest price. The earlier the agent is brought into the sale process, the better the outcome for everybody. The agent can then advise what renovations and improvements will increase the value of the property and also appeal to the most amount of people. Your relationship with your agent should continue even when you aren't selling your home. Your agent should be considered a trusted advisor to give you feedback on where the market's at, and if you're going to do any changes or improvements to your home, maybe get their advice. If you spend too much on your house, you might find down the track that you might actually not be able to get a return for the money you've spent on your property. The final deadly sin when selling your home is your agent not adequately negotiating to ensure you get the maximum possible price from the sale of your house. Many people contact their agent prior to selling their home, getting them to come around and give them an appraisal. However, in reality, it doesn't really matter what the agent thinks your house is worth. In fact, it doesn't even matter what you think your house is worth. What really matters is what the market thinks your house is worth. We won't really know what the market thinks your house is worth until we put it on the market and we find out. It's also important to understand the market is made up of a group of individuals, and all of these individuals have different opinions. If my 90-year-old invalid mother lives on this street and my kids go to the local school and I work in the next suburb over, this property is going to be a lot more valuable to me than an investor from Darwin who's just buying it as a rental property and just wants the best rental return. It is essential when selling the property that the agent builds a relationship with the purchaser to understand what the true value is for that particular purchaser. The role of the agent then is to make sure when they're selling the property that they sell the property for the maximum possible value for that individual person. This is why the auction process is flawed, because the auction assumes that because the person has paid the highest price amongst a group of people, then they paid the maximum possible price. But we don't necessarily know whether that person that's paid the highest price wasn't willing to pay even more. That person stopped bidding because there was no other potential bidders. We might have found that that person was willing to pay more money and they actually got a discount because no one else bid the price up. So there you have it, 7 deadly sins for selling your home, and how if you avoid them, you can save yourself a lot of hassle and ensure you get the highest possible price for the sale of your home. So if you've got any questions, feel free to give me a call and I'm happy to talk you through the sale process. I'm Darren Standish and I look forward to talking to you next time.